Hi, I'm just doing an update, a short update because I haven't actually done any updates in the last almost 2 weeks. A number of things have happened. A daughter of a friend of ours died. She was 20 years of age and she died in the gym. Why exactly, or how exactly she died, it's not clear, but it does appear she had a heart attack. Why? We can come to various conclusions, but we haven't been told, and nor is it our business to know how she died. But it was quite sad, quite a sad occasion. I'm not a great fan of funerals as myself, and but it made me think about the old phrase, "There are no guarantees in life." And I was reading a book by Osho. Now, you may not be a fan of Osho. I can take him or leave him, but it's always worth reading around a subject. And I was reading Osho back then to find the meaning of my life. I'm still searching. But I was reading one of his books anyway, or one of his a book of his sayings or lectures or something. And it was only then that phrase was rammed home. Up to that point, it hadn't really thought about it. But there are no guarantees in life. You know, you could be a great athlete preparing for the Olympic Games, and on the day you just didn't warm up correctly because you're arrogant or nervous or whatever reason, and you start running, and next thing you pull a hamstring. That's goodbye to the race and maybe to your career, depending on the damage. And we've all known people who I've known people who, you know, when we were young, something happened and they got sick and died. Or someone just got sick and that was the end of their working life. And maybe some of them did have to depend on other people, whether that was the state or family, whatever. So there are no guarantees in life, and that's something we should always remember. Always aim for the future, but also there are no guarantees we get there in one way or the other. And of course, getting there it's not so much should not be the goal, is the getting there, they say. And I would agree with that. You know, it's overcoming hurdles along the way to wherever you're going. But there are no guarantees you'll get there. Yeah, that's all I want to say. I'm not depressed or anything, I'm just kind of reflective at the moment. Also last week, this is now the 22nd, I think, of December, a few days to go before Christmas. Puts on lenses. Glasses. It's the, oh dear, what is it? 23rd. It's the 23rd of December 2024. And somebody arrived to our house last Monday, just over a week ago, with Down syndrome. He's a cousin of Betty, and he was basically dumped on our door. There's a whole story behind this, goes back decades, and I'm not going to get into it here. If Betty wants to get into it sometime in the future, that's up to her. But it's been an interesting experience. He's not severe. He understands exactly what you're saying. He's smart. He's cunning. He's very cunning, and also very spoiled, because his mother spoiled him so much, and that's problematic. So we had to kind of teach him a few lessons about, or a few, not lessons, a few rules, house rules. He didn't like that. He still doesn't like that. But he's coming around, slowly but surely. So for me, it's the first time looking after someone, if that's the right term to use, with Down syndrome. And we think we've all known someone with Down syndrome. And it's interesting. It's very interesting observing how they think. Their way of thinking. But he's quite smart, and it really surprised me. And yes, it surprised me. And those of you out there who have experience, and saying, well, it's obvious. Maybe it is obvious, but to someone who has no experience, it isn't necessarily obvious. So it's been a bit stressful. My routine is, I don't have much of a routine this week. I haven't had much of a routine, a normal routine this week. The main problem is that, as I said, he is spoiled, and he believes everything is his. And maybe that's a trait. I don't know. Maybe that's a trait. I've looked up and I haven't found that, and I've never observed that in other people with this problem. So I just think he's just very, very spoiled. All the food is his, in his opinion. If you feed him a plate of food, if you're not watching, he'll go back to the kitchen and he'll take whatever's left and eat it without actually asking. But it's one thing asking; it's another thing taking without asking. But it's a very. The first few days were quite stressful for everyone, even for him, because of the circumstances he was left here. So basically, I won't go into the details because it's too complicated. I'll get confused, and I'll probably get in trouble if I give out too much information. So we won't say any more about the details. But it's I understand better. I'm looking at the screen actually. My eyes actually, my eyes are red. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping that well. But quite often enough, I've seen people with, I assume they're children, who have some kind of disability, certainly the serious disabilities, and you can see it in their parents' faces, a sadness and I wouldn't say torment necessarily, but a sadness and a tiredness and pain in their faces. You can see it, and I understand much better even after a week. And it's not to put anyone down or put this guy down. I'm not going to mention his name. it's just unfortunate, his circumstances. So I would just, I'm not really going very far with this. I just when we see people on the street and with a gloomy face or a stupid face, we might think, or they look very angry, but they probably are angry. And I include myself in this. And we should always remember that we don't know the circumstances. Something may have happened to them that we don't know, obviously. And they may not tell you. And, if someone starts shouting at you, beeping the horn within the car, let them go, let them pass. The problem is theirs, not yours. Obviously, if they interfere with you, it's different. It's very, very different. But if they're angry, shouting at people, just let them go on their way. You go on your way too, obviously. And same with the car. If it appears to be a little bit dangerous, then pull your car in if you can. And just wait. I've done that a few times in my life. It's not worth it. Because the problem becomes your problem. And you have enough problems in your life to solve without getting extra ones. Yeah, so that's it really. I just needed to do this because, as I said, I hadn't done anything for a week and it's a little quiet now, for the moment. And I've spoken for 12 minutes, my God. I didn't think I'd speak that long, or waffle or wander for 12 minutes. But it's actually good. It's actually find doing these videos, although they've so far, because almost all of them nothing to do with the point of the channel, but I find them quite therapeutic, and I didn't realise that, for me at least, maybe not for everybody. And I just realised that now. This is actually almost a way of kind of unloading to a friend, although I don't know you. And I don't know how many people are going to see this video, but whatever, doesn't matter. I'm offloading to something or someone. Yeah, maybe to a computer, that's okay. Yeah, so I needed to do this just to get something up and running. So yeah, just to finish up, today is 23rd, 24th, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so I'll probably do another one tomorrow to say Happy Christmas. And when you're out in the street, or when you with a friend and they look sad or angry or whatever, just, you may not have to ask, but just remember they may be going through something you don't know. You will never know what. As I said, it's not your business. If they want to tell you, they'll tell you. If they don't, they won't. Don't push it. Just remember that you might be in their situation someday. Yeah. Oh, how profound. As always. Take care. Bye.